Welcome to another Bakcou build. Today we're going to show you how to build the Timberwolf all-wheel drive scooter. I personally designed this all-wheel drive scooter for hunting. Obviously they're motorized, you don't want to take them on non-motorized trails and whatnot, but the maneuverability, the way you can scout, spot and stalk on some of these in some areas, unbelievable. So let's dig in. I'm gonna show you how to put this thing together. All right, now we got it out of the box. Make sure you get everything out of the box that you're gonna need. It's got the skid plate, traction, the box of tools, the battery charger, and some of the tools that you're gonna need to put together. Right now I'm gonna go through, take all the bands, get all the plastic off, get it ready to start putting it together. I'm gonna leave some of the protective rubble wrap on it, just kind of protect it as we build until we need to remove it, just so we don't scratch it or do anything. One thing that we'll try to do is get this, the handlebars in. Put the handlebar up, lock that in. Then in our toolkit here, we've got all the tools that come with the bike, with the scooter, and I recommend kind of hanging on to these, any maintenance or trail repairs, because they're gonna let you be able to do a lot of things. We're gonna remove the stem clamp, then get the handlebars placed in here first thing. All right, so we're gonna get our 5mm. We're gonna remove the hex bolts that are in here. So one thing on here, just make sure all your cables are kind of plugged in. You want the Bakcou aiming forward. The display is going to be kind of slid forward so you can be able to get this stem clamp back on here. So you just want to get the handlebars centered in here. You can use these grip lines to center it, and then get your stem plate back in place. We'll go and kind of want to just get all the screws installed before you tighten them all up so you can evenly disperse the torque. We'll kind of snug them up a little bit, but we'll want to reset them once we get the wheel on and get it up so we can get all the brake and lines, everything level and angled the way we want them to fit nice. So one thing you'll notice, you got a headlight in here. We got the charger, and then we've got a set of some bolts for the fender and the headlight. We're gonna go ahead and get the front wheel put on. One thing you'll notice is you got a brake shim in between the pads that you'll want to remove. So you can get the rotor up in there. Obviously on this all-wheel drive, you've got the rotor on one side and the motor wire on the other. What you want is to make sure that motor wire, probably want to just remove the nut and the washer from both sides, because this is going to stay on the inside, and you can see that the wire is going to come out the bottom. So you're going to want this to come out of the bottom of the fork, and the fork's going to sit on here. And these front axle nuts are kind of flattened, so that's going to want to, fork's going to want to sit down perfectly on that, on both sides with that washer on. And we've got a 19mm to tighten these front wheels All right, so now we got the front wheel on, tightened down. We can get the scooter leaning on its kickstand. We're gonna get the power cable in here. And if you ever got a flat, and if you have to take it just the opposite off of what we're doing here, to be able to fix the flat. So let's go ahead and what I like to get the arrows. And then we will loosen these clamps that hold it in here. Yeah, one thing is you're tightening this, you want to make sure that you are on the back of the fork, not on the side, so you don't, if you hit anything. And then once we get this in here, I like to make sure that we get as much of this, I'm gonna loosen this and bring it up. Much as this slack out as we can, so you don't, minimal snags on a bush or tree or twigs or all that stuff that can ruin your hunt. So right now we're gonna put the front little fender on and the headlight. So you can kind of, these get a little bent, you can adjust them to get in here nice and snug. So you wanna make sure you put the light on the front of the fork, not on the back, because you could hit the bottom of the stem in a big dip or something. And on the headlight, there's little arrows that you want to line up with each other. Good to go. Now we're going to throw the rear tail lights on. The rear tail light comes, you just remove these. The other side's here. And as you're building your scooter, you want to envision yourself out elk hunting and enjoying. Picture that successful hunt now that will happen because of buying a Bakcou Timberwolf. Think of those fluffy clouds in the sky. Think of those beautiful mornings, sunrises and sunsets. You know, kind of like you're painting a picture. On this side, we're gonna envision a deer hunt. We're gonna be out on the mountains. We're gonna be hunting for deer. Remove some of this protective body film. I'll do that later. Think of that warm morning out mule deer hunting, spotting, stalking. See that nice big buck off in the distance. Jump on your scooter, get on him like that. If you're riding this to school or college or commuting to your office, just enjoy those non-traffic jam days of just cruising down the street, enjoying in your ride, listening to your favorite music. Now we're gonna take this, remove this, and put the traction mat down and unwrap it. Should be good to go. We got added film to protect this. Just remove it. Someone did not want this thing to get scratched. After spending plenty of time removing that film, and this is the skid plate stance plate kind of guard. Remove the sticker on the backing. I'm gonna leave a little corner on, so we kind of use that to line it up. One thing too on this is if you wanted the kickstand on this side, you can move it over to the other side. Okay, now we got it together. We're gonna kind of make sure you kind of want these on the 45. Once it feels good, we'll go ahead and snug the rest of this up. And then you can just, if these need to be loosened, just loosen your display. You can kind of rotate that back in so it's in view. All right, well, thanks for your interest in the Timberwolf all-wheel drive and following along. Make sure you subscribe and give us the thumbs up on the page. If you have any questions or comments, even as you're putting yours together, leave them below and we will respond to them as soon as we can. Or if you want to see any other videos, make sure you let us know.